for the challenge!
Stay focused, everyone! Won't lose to you!
Welcome to my channel Alien Signal. The sky above KHAROS 9 glowed a strange violet, streaked with slow-moving clouds of metallic dust. The planet had no oceans, no forests, only endless plains of black stone and jagged mountains that cut through the horizon like broken teeth. It was the perfect place for the galactic survival trials. Every 5 years, elite teams from across the galaxy were dropped onto a hostile world. Their mission was simple: reach the extraction point before the countdown ended. The team that arrived first earned glory, wealth, and recognition across dozens of star systems. This year's competition had a surprise participant. A human. Her name was Mara Ellison, and she stood at the edge of the drop platform surrounded by towering alien competitors. The Drathari, tall reptilian warriors with armored scales. The Velk, thin insect-like strategists with glowing eyes. And the Core, massive four-armed brutes built like walking tanks. Mara looked small among them. Human bodies weren't built for alien gravity or poisonous atmospheres. Humans were new to interstellar competition, and most alien species believed they were fragile. The Drathari team leader, Zurith, lowered his narrow golden eyes toward her. "You are certain your species understands the rules?" he asked. Mara crossed her arms calmly. "Reach extraction. Survive the planet. Beat everyone else." Zurith hissed softly. "Correct." A Velk competitor clicked his mandibles in amusement. "Humans lack durability," he said. "Your presence lowers the team's probability of success." Mara shrugged. "Guess we'll find out." High above them, a massive orbital cruiser hovered in the sky. A deep voice echoed from the loudspeakers. "Competitors, prepare for planetary deployment." The ground beneath them vibrated as the drop gates opened. "Extraction window, 10 hours. Coordinates uploaded to your navigators." A glowing red marker appeared in Mara's wrist display. "Distance to extraction, 82 kilometers." The voice continued. "Survive. Adapt. Reach extraction. The first team wins." The gates opened. Without hesitation, the competitors jumped. The descent. Mara fell through purple clouds as the wind screamed past her. Her landing thrusters ignited just before she hit the rocky ground. Boom. Dust exploded around her boots. All around the valley, alien competitors landed like meteors. Some sprinted instantly toward the horizon. Zurith turned toward Mara. "We move quickly," he said. "Remain close if you wish to survive." Mara smirked. Was planning on it. The team began moving across the black plains. Karos 9 was worse than the briefing had described. The gravity was slightly heavier than Earth's. Razor-sharp rock formations cut through the ground like blades. Strange electrical storms crackled in the distance. But Mara kept pace. Hours passed. The Velk navigator led the group through narrow ravines and across unstable cliffs. Their path cut kilometers off the route. Despite the brutal terrain, Mara refused to fall behind. Eventually, the Core warrior grunted. "The human persists." The Velk tilted his head. "Unexpected." Zurith glanced back at her. "Your species has endurance," he admitted. Mara smiled slightly. "Yeah, we're stubborn like that." The accident. 4 hours into the trial, the team reached a steep canyon. A narrow stone bridge stretched across the gap. Below it was darkness. Zurith crossed first, his clawed feet gripping the stone. The others followed. Mara stepped onto the bridge last. Halfway across. Crack. The stone beneath her foot shattered. The entire bridge collapsed. "Mara!" Zurith shouted. She fell. Her body slammed into the canyon wall before crashing onto a rocky ledge 20 meters below. Pain exploded through her leg. She gasped. Her wrist scanner flashed red. Fracture detected. Her right leg bent at an unnatural angle. Above her, the aliens peered over the canyon edge. The Velk calculated quickly. "Injury confirmed," it said. Human mobility reduced by 73%. The core growled. She cannot continue. Mara forced herself to sit up, biting back the pain. I'm fine, she said through clenched teeth. Just, give me a minute. But Zurith's expression hardened. The extraction timer continues, he said. Then help me up, Mara replied. The Velk's glowing eyes flickered. Carrying the human would reduce our speed. Probability of victory decreases. The core nodded slowly. Leave her. Mara stared up at them in disbelief. You're serious? Zurith hesitated. For a moment, something like respect crossed his face. Then the Velk spoke again. Strategic decision. Abandon the injured unit. Mara's chest tightened. You're just going to leave me. Zurith looked down at her. The trial rewards survival. Then he turned away. The alien team disappeared into the distance. Mara sat alone in the canyon. Her leg throbbed with every heartbeat. Above her, the purple sky darkened. And the extraction timer continued counting down. The decision. For several minutes, Mara didn't move. Pain radiated through her entire body. Her scanner blinked. Time remaining. 5 hours 52 minutes. Distance to extraction. 61 kilometers. She laughed bitterly. Yeah, that's not happening. But as she stared at the display, something inside her refused to quit. Humans had crossed deserts, climbed mountains, survived wars and disasters, and she wasn't about to lose because of a broken leg. Mara pulled a medical splint from her survival pack. This is gonna hurt, she muttered. She straightened the bone. Crack. The scream echoed through the canyon. Tears filled her eyes, but she forced the splint into place and wrapped the leg tightly. Her breathing slowly steadied. Then she looked toward the horizon. All right, she whispered. Let's walk. The long march. Every step was agony. Mara used a broken metal rod from her gear as a crutch. The terrain grew worse. Jagged rocks cut through her boots. Electrical storms crackled across the plains. Hours passed. She kept moving. Slowly. Relentlessly. At one point, she spotted alien footprints ahead. Zurith's team. They were still leading the race. Mara smirked despite the pain. Good, she said quietly. Means I'm going the right way. Her leg burned. Her muscles trembled. But she refused to stop. Because humans were good at one thing aliens underestimated. Endurance. The storm. 3 hours before extraction, the sky turned black. A massive electromagnetic storm rolled across the plains. Lightning struck the ground in violent bursts. Mara dropped behind a rock formation as electricity ripped through the air. Her scanner flickered. Signal interference. Then suddenly, a loud explosion echoed in the distance. She looked toward the horizon. A plume of smoke rose into the sky. Please tell me that's not the extraction point, she muttered. When the storm cleared, Mara climbed a ridge. And there they were, Zurith's team. Their navigation drone had been destroyed by lightning. They stood arguing over damaged equipment. Without their drone, they had lost the route. Mara checked her scanner. Her human navigation system still worked. She smiled slowly. Well, look at that. The final race. Zurith spotted her first. The reptilian warrior's eyes widened. You survived. Mara leaned on her crutch. Barely. The Velk stared in disbelief. The human should not be capable of this distance. She pointed toward the horizon. Extractions that way. Zurith studied her broken leg. You continued alone. Mara shrugged. Yeah. The core looked uneasy. You should not still be in this trial. Mara began walking again. Guess I didn't get the memo. Zurith watched her go. Then something surprising happened. The alien team followed. The extraction beacon glowed in the distance like a rising star. A massive dropship descended from orbit. 10 minutes remaining. Zurith's team began running. Mara pushed herself faster. Pain screamed through her body. Every step felt like fire. But the ship was getting closer. The Velk sprinted ahead. The core thundered across the ground. Zurith ran beside them, but Mara kept moving. Step, step, step. Then the Velk tripped on unstable terrain. The core slowed. Zurith hesitated. In that moment, Mara passed them, limping, dragging her injured leg, but still moving. The dropship door opened. Extraction in progress, the automated voice announced. Mara took the final step and crossed the line. The aftermath. Inside the dropship, medics rushed toward her. Moments later, Zurith's team arrived behind her. The alien competitors stared in stunned silence. The announcement echoed through the ship. Winner of the Galactic Survival Trials. A pause. Human competitor. Mara Ellison. The Velk's mandibles twitched in disbelief. Impossible. The core shook his massive head. Zurith approached Mara slowly. You reached extraction first, he said. Mara leaned back against the wall, exhausted. Told you humans were stubborn. Zurith studied her with new respect. We abandoned you. Yeah, she replied. And you still surpassed us. Mara smiled faintly. Next time, don't underestimate humans. Zurith bowed his head slightly. A lesson we will remember. Outside the ship's window, KHAROS 9 shrank into the darkness of space. And across the galaxy, the story spread quickly. The story of the alien team who abandoned a human girl with a broken leg. And the human who still beat them to extraction. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more cinematic science fiction stories.